athletes, but you know what it's like? You know what it's reminded me of and why it got me hot, like why she got me hot and why this is the topic we're talking about today. Y'all, let me check out comments really quickly. He can throw a ball. Yeah, don't make him smart. Don't mean he needs a microphone. You know who needs a microphone? Y'all get on the mic. Get in the comments and tell me who I believe needs a microphone. Y'all know who I think needs a microphone. Okay? Who needs microphones? Cam Newton? No. Not at all. We're going to add all of them. I'm putting them all on here. I made different product sets for the shopping mall. Down here. Black women. Black women is who needs to get on the mic. We need more women. Hey, Whitney. We need more. We were attached to the Panthers. Let me catch up with the comments. Jasmine. Yes, Jasmine Crockett needs a mic. Girl, Mimi B, I want you on the mic. Black women is who we need on the mic. If I can put the whole thing up here. There is nothing I want more than to see Black women on the mic. We have too much life experience. We have too much wisdom. And here's the thing with exactly Nikki Cinnamon. Yes, we need you on the mic, girl. I love seeing you on camera, by the way. Yeah, we need more of us on the mic. That's why literally today I even did little sets. Everything that I use as a content creator, like right down there. We need more Black women on the mic. We need fewer Cam Newtons and Shay and all of them. If y'all gonna put a man on the mic, put Katt Williams on the mic. I don't mind him being on the mic, but like everybody else can shut the fuck up. That's not a Black woman. I swear I'm coming sitting here working on good. We need you out here. We need you. That's everything Big Sis uses right there. And you know, so again, I was going to tell y'all, speaking of sports, because again, I think we're also purging this idea. Y'all know how I've been saying for the past couple of weeks. It seems like one of the things, let's start detaching our daughters from this. This professional athlete being what y'all, we just saw like how to bag that little text message where the white girls are coaching each other up on how to extract wealth from like Black athletes, how they get themselves like a chocolate athlete or whatever. The whole culture is so fucked up and low vibrational. We saw what Clay, you know, we thought like love would conquer all and love would conquer the toxicity of him being like an NBA player. No, it turns out the whole thing is just still fucked up and toxic. Stephon Diggs and whatever the fuck was going on in his house with his chef. And even though he managed to skirt the charges and the allegations, this bitch is still like online messing up her future. I don't know what kind of work she's gonna get as a celebrity chef now, still trying to make fetch happen. Yeah, I still want to fight Clay too. Clay, we ain't got to worry about Clay. Clay ain't had a good night's sleep since that whole thing happened. They got the little white witches like casting spells on him. Won't nothing. He's gonna be paying for it. The hag is gonna ride him for a long time. Yeah, exactly. Or yeah. Engineers, somebody, anybody, not that lifestyle, not that culture, everything about it. I'm so sorry. I'm one of these people. And again, not to be down on athletes. My children are athletes, but once you're a sports parent, our young men, the way they are trained and treated and socialized, especially the ones that come from like broken homes or didn't come up with like a lot of resources, like get into the league, get into the NBA. The folks get the second money starts becoming an issue. Oh yeah, surround them with, don't have them have a good relationship with their family. The coach becomes the daddy, and they like when it's like a little white girlfriend sitting next to them because they can all control them and keep their hands on the money. It's fucked up and toxic. It is horrible. That whole little text exchange tells us everything like we need to know about it. So it's fucked up and toxic. And so I love that we are getting rid of these fake fantasies. And y'all, if I miss your comment, just put it back in there. Yeah, Stefan and Cardi were together again, fussing and fighting. But I think Cardi's one of them people just be fussing and fighting all the time. You know what I mean? You know how sometimes you got girlfriends that just be talking loud and getting mad. She said it was because she was hungry and she was just yelling at him because she was ready to eat some lunch. Yeah, girl, they were spotted back together. I think she was waiting for that case to be over. Listen, I've done work on Clay. He'll never know peace. I believe you, girl. Everybody got after him. Clay took her options away from Meg. I'm not. Clay took her options away. He was trying to trap her in something fucked up. And I admire her for saying, yeah, I ain't got to do this. I ain't got to put up with this. And fuck me being embarrassed. Why would I be embarrassed? I ain't do nothing wrong. Thank you all for tapping the screen and for sharing out the live. Yeah, it made me so angry for her. I'm teaching my girls to get your own. They can't afford to rely on anyone else financially. I'm not happy either, but Cardi, y'all know I got a little Libra, right? Cardi be stressing me out over being the mom of a Libra. They love drama. Love drama. And they love being in relationships. They like having they be trying to balance the scales and shit. They love staying in a relationship. Cardi's gonna be one of the ones that ain't ever, and she ain't never got to be single because I'm sure it's always somebody trying to holler. Like it's always somebody trying to holler at her. But again, to me, it seems like and I don't even like using this term. The only time I use the term low vibrational, because I don't like that low vibrational, because it sounds like it's on some spiritual bypassing new age shit that like I don't like, like I don't like that. But when it comes to professional sports culture and being a wife and a girlfriend, it seems low vibrational as fuck. And I don't like that. Yeah, they really do. Yeah, Mimi is with me. Like it really Libras, they love drama and they love always being in relationships. And Cardi's just gonna be one of those ones like where we just like, okay, girl. All right. Like, okay, girl, we just want you to be happy. Okay. All right, girl. Some women love having babies and some women love being in tumultuous relationships. And so they be stressing me the fuck out. I be trying to teach my daughter, like, girl, all that craziness and up and down and all that heat and steam coming out your ears and, and all of that, girl. I wouldn't go back to my 20s for nothing. Coach Dad is a hero for sticking with me. I know that man says like 5 years of intense therapy is the best money in this family we have ever invested. I'm serious. You the mama. 2 Libras, girl, to you. Y'all get your black girl vitamins, chlorophyll, water out. Speaking of Lumi and smelling fresh. Girl, to you. 2 Libras. Ooh. Between the Libra and the Scorpio, my Libra has a little Cancer moon too. So her heart is just so big and full. Like, if anything happens to my husband, I will never get again. Me neither, girl. Not for nothing. Not for nothing. You couldn't pay me. Yeah, I my 20s, girl, those of us that are hoodoo oriented, I like to call me and Andy, my sister, call our 20s our cross condition. I wouldn't go back to my 20s for nothing. Mm-mm. Y'all know how they did that little trend. Mom, what did you look like in the 90s? I don't even be going back and looking at my pictures of the 90s. I was a little hot little number too in the 90s. I don't even like looking at them pictures. Them pictures weren't nothing but trauma. Just trauma and anxiety. Hey, Flamingo Mo. Girl, me neither. Ooh, Mimi B says 2 Libras, 1 Sagittarius, and married to a Taurus. Married to a Taurus. Good move. Good move. Do y'all know the owner and the founder of Okra, the sparkling okra water, is a Taurus, and the okra sale is still going on. I think I'm gonna put a story up about that. I agree, my man, but from tried to keep me in school. Yep. Woo! I'm telling you, the smart ones, man, don't want to let you go out of college. Dating should definitely not be anybody's priority at all. Like at all. But these 3 kids gave me hip arthritis. girl, I got the knee arthritis. I feel you. Yeah, I'm not remarrying either. Yeah, I'm finished. Are you related to Rachel Dolezal? Nope. Rachel Dolezal, y'all, has a sex career. Your girl Rachel Dolezal is on OnlyFans. Nope. There are sometimes I actually don't even blame Rachel Dolezal. There was like there's a video of a little white boy on here who got his hair washed and slicked back, a little ginger little white boy, like a little white boy. And he was looking at his hair. His mom had slicked it back, and the little boy said, "This is white people hair." To which I was like, "Young man, what's going on here? What does he not understand?" He's like, "This is white. I don't want this. This is white people hair." And his mom was like, "But Trevor, you're white." And he's like, "No, I'm not." And I was like, Lord, somebody's grandpa Clyde came back in the wrong body. Sometimes I wonder if Rachel Dolezal is what happens when y'all know how we say in every lifetime, I want to come back as a black woman. So somebody said the price is getting higher. She getting on her own OnlyFans too. We're gonna talk about that. Grocery and gas prices higher than they've been in a very long time. Inflation at an all-time high. Child, I heard Ray Ray is doing something strange for some change. Girl, I believe it. A lot of people are saying, who was saying that, like, even these celebrities find that, yeah, they be seeing celebrities on here like selling TikTok shop. Like, celebrity has gone to hell in a handcart. And honestly, I think Black women, we're tired of the fakery and the fronting and the faux, right? Like, don't nobody want to deal with that. Because a lot of this stuff is starting to feel a lot less like entertainment. And I feel like Black women, we're doing like an energy Botox, like an energy Botox, an energy detox. And I'm completely here for it. Some of this shit is not good for us. Some of this shit, like that we're seeing, is bad for us. And a lot of this, like culture, girl boss culture, like Cheyenn Bryant. Like I went back to look. Is she related to Giselle Bryant? I'm curious. I really am. That just occurred to me. And another reason I find it so offensive, it's supposed to be black. Ooh, what's supposed to be black? Oh, girl, that's so kind of you. Thank you, Maria. Is that real? Is what real? I missed it. Hey, Coretta, of course. What? About my okra? Girl, I can't wait for the mango. I asked, I'm gonna try to get some mango. We're supposed to be in Sprouts happening very, very, very soon this weekend. We got a big Sprouts order. We're like trying to get back. Soldier Boy is on February to try to make money out. Yeah, favorited. Got you. Favorited on live trying to make money. I believe it. But yeah, and you block all of them because no, yeah. I'm not interested. I don't want to see no celebrities on TikTok for real. I am not interested in that like that. If Megan Thee Stallion wants to come on and tell me something, that's cool. But y'all, like it's getting very strange. And speaking of the frauds and the fakery and the fuckery, the reason I feel the way I do about Cheyenn Bryant and why I feel like what's happening is good, and I'm glad that Black women are calling her to the front of the congregation, calling her like to the pavement. The reason I'm glad it's happening, not just because of our sisters, our mothers, our aunties that worked as hard as they did for their degrees. Shit's not funny. My mom worked very hard for her Juris Doctorate. When my dad was like sabotaging her and fucking things up, so like she couldn't go to night class, so my mama had to drag me and my little sister to law school. My aunt Marilyn and Carolyn working for their nursing degrees. They were both RNs. My sister Andy, who was worked her ass off for her JD. My cousin Tracy, my sister Caitlin, who has a PhD. Cousin Megan, who I believe got her master's in education because she became a teacher, and my sister Kayla, who is a licensed therapist, and Kayla stays keeping me updated. Like, girl, this paperwork, but I gotta do it so I can charge people's insurance. Like, we Black women, we don't play about that. We understand as Black people, and especially those coming up out of the South, where our grandparents and shit were like educators, and like the civil rights movement, the talk about it, the stories about it were real. Like, we understand our parents, who was one of the first generations to like integrate schools. We don't play about that in the education and the transcripts and what your qualifications are and what your dissertation was. We don't play about that, about people faking the fun. It's like it's an insult to us. It's like, it reminds me, do y'all remember that Varsity Blues scandal about 5 or 6 years ago? I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. A lot of it happened around here where I live, where rich white people were paying this man to help them open a side door into college admissions. They would make up shit like, oh, he plays water polo, and they would have the kid dress up like he was a water polo player and shit, and would like make up their whole college like thank you, girl. Hey, Big Karen, for coming on in, giving your daily heartbeat. That shit made me so angry. Girl, you had to take your baby to class with you too. My dad was definitely on that shit, like trying to sabotage my mama's education. Really, girl? You looked up okra water and the video, girl. I love the okra water. I'm gone off the okra water. There were big problems with getting the pomegranate okra water out, and so it kind of messed things up with TikTok Shop, but we are working on rectifying it at any moment. Y'all know I love the okra water. It drives me crazy that I can't pin it because I have it every single morning. I absolutely love it. So yeah, like Ocean Summer says, it's an insult to those who sacrifice. So when that happened, and I'm not even gonna lie, My vote will not want me telling y'all this, but some of it happened at our school, and some of the parents that were doing this lie and paying this man to like get their kids into school and to lie about their track records. Girl, thank you, Wakanda Songbird. It made me so angry. And so I was just starting to school, especially the part about faking the athletics, because my daughters has started really kind of entered into elite women girls soccer, and it was stressful, it was racist, it was horrible. So when I saw these stories how these people at the school where my daughter like went to school was lying and faking the funk, I was like, y'all sit up here like y'all are so holier than thou, and you're so rich and you're on the board and you're da 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 whole time y'all been paying somebody and lying and making up shit to get your kid into school. That shit pissed me off because I'm the one braiding girls' hair and stuff before games and popping blood blisters and massaging them and stuff. And when they, get rejected and turned down at tryouts, they crying in your lap and you're trying to keep their self-esteem boosted and keep them, with that competitive spirit, but at the same time feeling love. So I don't play about that. I do not play about people faking the funk and faking qualifications. So at the school, when because there was this one thing we had to go to, and one of the mamas that was caught up in the scandal, here she come walking up looking shamefaced. And I was like, ain't this about a bitch? And my friend at the time said, Halicue, she's going through a lot right now. I was like, what you mean? They're saying that she didn't know. I was like, use a goddamn lie. I was like, use a goddamn lie. I was like, if her husband paid, if she don't know, she didn't know nothing about it. I was like, she didn't know nothing about her husband paying somebody $250,000 to lie to get their kid into school. She didn't know nothing about that. I can't spend so I buy 2 or 3 coffees in a day, and I gotta hear from Coach Dad. Coach Dad, he wanted to go over to, me and these girls had the boxes just be fighting with each other from Amazon sometimes. And I got to hear about it. I was like, I don't believe that shit. I don't believe that shit. When Coach Dad bought a mountain bike, I knew. I don't believe that. And I was like, and if you don't know about money being spent like that for your child is dumb. You know your child ain't got the grades. You know your child, you didn't wonder why your child was out in the swimming pool with a water polo brief on and a swim cap, holding the ball, taking pictures and shit in your swimming pool. She didn't know nothing about that. I was like, you was a damn lie. But what do you think we should do about it? We should have compassion. I said, fuck compassion, shame and expel. I was like, here I am we on the sidelines, like massaging like calf muscles and stuff, and having to give them little back massages and making sure they take lavender baths. And no, I have a whole, had a whole series. Yeah, girl, it was a whole Netflix special on it. I was one of the parents, me and Coach Dad, boy. We were horrible. I was like, I was like, the way these people like be fucking with me with these microaggressions and shit, these other moms and parents and shit, no, shame and expel. So I feel some kind of way about people faking the funk. And I'm glad that as Black women, we're being like, yeah, we don't rock with that. We love Black women. And it's because we love Black women and our pursuit of knowledge and intellect, we don't play about that. And I'm glad that that's what's happening. So, y'all, welcome back to the Sunshine Report. I went off on a tangent. I feel some kind of way about Cheyenn Bryant and that faking the funk. To be honest, my ex-husband hid in his personal loans for me. Oh, girl. My ex-brother-in-law did some similar shenanigans too. Y'all be looking, if you're partnered up and coupled up, y'all be looking to see what these men are doing with this online gaming and betting and this sports betting and shit that they can do now online, and be looking at what they're doing with crypto. Because that's the way somebody that got divorced in my family, that's how they were hiding money. And when they got bonuses and shit from their very good job, they be like buying crypto and shit to like hide shit. Keep an eye on that shit. You can't ask too many questions. You really cannot. How can we accept our children to act with integrity? Yeah, if we don't model it. And they'd be the first ones to say, like, oh, we have to do this because it's so hard for our kids. It's so hard for young white men or what. Oh, That was back when the anti-woke shit was starting, when the first like war and battle against DEI was getting started. I agree with you so much. Yeah, just front and line, because what does Jake do? All Jake do is front and lie. That is all Jake does. Dr. Dre daughter too. Was she caught up in that? That's a damn shame. Yeah. Oh, girl, the college scandal was, girl. That I had to tell the Lanky Libra. It happened when the Lanky Libra was just starting high school. I said, "Girl, if the FBI pull up to the school, don't you say a word. Don't you say a word. You don't know nothing. You say you need your parents or an attorney present." It was like right in our backyard. I was horrible about it. I was like, expel and shame. I was ready for them to get the hell out of here. Yeah, I know Dr. Dre at USC. Dr. Dre, I thought Dr. Dre gave a whole school of music production at USC. Um, that's what I thought they did. That's how I thought Dr. Dre's daughter got into school. Yeah, they expect compassion for them, but punishment for us. Nope. That's not how I feel about it. That's why I'm like, okay, sorry, Cheyenne girl. It worked for a little while, girl. She'll rebound. She'll rebound. Girl, go back. She ought to, if she want, everybody wants to be a content creator so bad. I was just reading an article from The Economist on this. I'll probably make a video. Coach Dad pulled out the article for me. Like, even our Supreme Court justices, they are much less interested in application and interpretation of the law for the betterment of the country and the citizenry, but about building their personal brand, their own take and their own legacy and their own interpretation of the law, buying books, taking these exorbitant speaker fees, like straight up accepting bribes. Also, did y'all know that Clarence Thomas is, as of right now, the second longest serving Supreme Court justice? Like, everybody just wants to be a content creator. That's what she ought to do, since she wants to be a content creator so bad and she wants the clips and she wants to be seen. Fine, girl, just don't lie about it, because I know what she wanted to do. I know what she was trying to do. Yeah, using their money to pay their way. Although the reason they were doing that, using their money to pay their way in, they were being cheap about it, because with all of these international students and stuff and Chinese nationals, the little 500,000, 250,000 gifts they used to give to get their kids into school ain't scratching nothing no more. $250,000 won't even get you a sideways look from a Harvard, from a Princeton. Seriously, that shit, like, you got to give millions and millions and millions to get an average, unexceptional, just plain old child like into an Ivy League school. You got to give a lot of money, because they're competing with all of these international students and the princes and princes and shit from like the different African nations and Middle Eastern nations. Like $1 million ain't nothing. So they too cheap to go the regular route of giving millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars. So they trying to get in sideways and pay this man only $250,000 to lie and get their little bastard into school. And they'll sit up and they'll do that shit, and then they'll sit up at a cocktail party talking about, I'm so tired of woke. I'm so tired of DEI. Isn't that reverse racism? Seriously. Hey, Miss Diane Inspired. Y'all, thank you for sharing out the live. I appreciate it. Y'all, let's see if we can get to 75 folks in here. Let's do, guys, do you guys mind doing a power share? Just share it out. I'm gonna add it to my story that we are live right now. I would appreciate it. And we're gonna get into the news. I want everybody to know that this is the Sunshine Report. I am your hostess, your resident human ray of sunshine, your Taurus season emotional support Leo with the mic. This is the 92%. We are a community of Black women choosing ourselves after generations of overextending ourselves. Emotional, thank you, phenomenal K. Y'all, please make those go populars cascade. I'd appreciate it very much. We are a community of Black women choosing ourselves again after generations, years of being extending ourselves over emotionally, spiritually, politically, to be perfectly honest, like creatively, even physically. It's the high foreign student tuition fees that really fund these colleges, true, and alumni donations. Exactly. So true. And as the 92%, we are no longer volunteering to carry confusion, dysfunction, fucked up toxic fantasies, somebody coming to save us, like some NBA player or football player. Girl, these professional athletes ain't got nothing waiting for you but hell. We're not interested in the confusion, the chaos, the fake authority figures. Cheyenn, Bryant, Coach Stormy. We're not carrying y'all on our backs no more. We're not covering and papering up. Thank you so much, y'all. I appreciate that. Has everybody sent their daily heart me? Everybody, let's see that daily heart me. I want to see that. Thank you. Thank you all for liking. Thank you for sharing out the live. So yeah, the energy right now, to me, it feels like the fog is clearing. It feels very revealing. I feel like things are being exposed at record speed. Even this like roast of Kevin Hart, doesn't it kind of expose what might not be a conspiracy theory, but what might be actually very true about humiliation rituals and what you got to do to make it in Hollywood? That's another reason I'm like, girl, please make your own media, make your own short series, shoot your own movie, because that's what that seemed like to me. We're seeing less worship of somebody like a Kevin Hart and a more reverence of my favorite problematic fave, Katt Williams. Thank you, Miss Betty. I appreciate that. I love every single daily heart name. I love every single one. Yeah, the exposure happening is so validating. And while generally, yes, girl, and yep, we told them, Katt told them, and they even brought it around full circle to have him there. It makes you wonder, what the fuck has Kevin Hart gotten himself into? Girl, thank you, Miss Diane, for your daily heart me. I appreciate that. What has he gotten himself into that he had to do that ritual? Like, what is happening? It was disgusting and gross. Like, we're making our way through it. I absolutely watched everything Katt had to say. Oh, thank you, Miss Diane. I love that. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Oh, thank you so much. He sure did. Ocean Summer says those professional athlete men bring nothing but headaches, heartache, and disease. Run. And also, I'll never forget one of my teachers. One of my teachers from high school. I remember saying this: how I didn't want my sisters dating these dudes. Like, it was some dude. I'll never. What was his name? He was so good looking too. Adelius Thompson. I think that was his name. It was Adelius something or other. And he was in love with my sister. He was following my sister Andy around. We'd be seeing him at the house and stuff. Like, and I was so glad when she cut that shit off before stuff got too intense. And I was so glad what she did, because I was like, ain't no way this is not gonna be some low vibrational shit. D the Queen said, it is not his thank you, Miss Diane. Thank you for that. I appreciate that so much. D the Queen said it's not his first ritual. You watch the highlights. And Flo says all the most the joke writers, yep, we're white. Somebody, another Che, what was it? What's his last name from Saturday Night Live? Said, he goes, yeah, I went to go check and see. Like, this is all a bunch of white writers writing these very racist jokes. Yeah, and a lot of the jokes were disrespectful to us. Like, hey, Wubsy, I'm glad you're here, Wubsy. I don't. Michael Che, thank you, Mimi B. I don't think these jokes are funny. I'm gonna watch this because I think it's important to understand it and know what's going on. But I was like, and again, y'all know Coach Dad does not like me getting on here with conspiracy theories, but that's what it seemed like it was to me. Like, under what circumstances? Y'all remember the last time? Y'all know a funny roast. Do y'all remember Justin Bieber? Now, that's one of the funniest roasts I've ever seen in my life. It was funny. Kevin Hart was actually funny on that roast. And I was like, well, I'll be goddamn. Things have come full circle from Kevin Hart hosting Justin Bieber's roast. That was his humiliation ritual that he had to go through for him to be accepted back on Coachella stages. D the Queen says the writer's room looked real different from the final cut. Indeed. It was a good one. Wasn't it, Mimi B? That one was like really good. But I'm tired. Thank you, Miss Diane. Thank you so much. I'm tired of these whack ass performances. Like, some of this shit is just low vibrational. Thank you, Miss Diane. Thank you. We're gonna light it up in here today. That's why I love the string of lights. We're gonna light it up. Things are being exposed at record speed. The masks are slipping. The way the little white girls, like, we're going back and forth talking about how to bag like a chocolate athlete and letting us know. Thank you, Miss Betty, letting us know like what their little plan of action is and how they be coaching each other up. Why would we want for Black women and young Black girls to be involved in these toxic? Thank you, D the Queen. Y'all, please, I would love to see some crowns in the chat. Thank you. I would love to see some crowns in the chat for D the Queen and for Coretta Scott Queen, please. So these illusions, because y'all, I feel like a lot of this stuff, the real house, and don't get me wrong, I ain't never trying to shame Black women about what we do or what we consume, especially about what we watch when we need to just zone out sometimes. But y'all, we just need to make some better choices. Because some of this stuff, it seems like it's being fed to us to anesthetize us. Like it's a different form of junk food, except it's junk food for the mind and the spirit. And I don't want us like idealizing this shit anymore. Thank you, Wubsy. I don't want us idealizing this like anymore. I don't want us giving our money and our time and attention to women. And the funny thing is, hey, Blacker Tony, the thing is, Black women, do we need to have a PhD in order to import um uh give knowledge, share knowledge, our shared experience, do culturally aligned storytelling, offer value? No, but some of us be needing doctors. Thank you, Blacker Tony, for your daily heart me. Some of us have some, especially as Black women, the stuff that we have to heal from, the wrongs that have been done to us, the abuse that a lot of us have suffered, the disparages in disparities in provision of health care with Black women, the way we suffer disproportionately from autoimmune disease. Hey, soda pop pop, mwah. Autoimmune disease. Thank you, Blacker Tony. The thing, like some of us, we be needing doctors. I would be so mad if I was sending, or I found out like a girlfriend of mine that really needed some help on some growing up in toxic family systems, or sexual assault, abuse, um or intimate partner violence, and she really needed, or women that have suffered from spiritual abuse, psychological abuse, financial abuse. And my good girlfriend was like giving money. She really did need help. She really did need to work through something. And to find out this heifer that was supposed to be providing services under the auspices of being a doctor turned out to be Dr. Pepper, turned out to be Dr. Feel Good, and wasn't like a real doctor. I would be, as hard as money is to come by and for Black women to like invest in their mental health. Can a life coach help you out? Yes, absolutely. Sure. But some of us, the credential is necessary. I really wanted a real PhD. Yes. Y'all give me some more examples of doctors. I'm trying to think. Dr. Pepper, Dr. Feelgood, Dr. Strangelove, anything other a doctorate of psychology. I don't think that's funny. How many of us, that's not funny. I take that very seriously. Dr. Libby, Dr. Doolittle. I mean, don't let me take away from Dr. Doolittle, Dr. Soul, Dr. Don't let me take away from veterinarians, because they earn their qualification. Documents. That shit's Papa Papa Doc. That's who she turned out to be. That shit's not funny. And then to get in our faces like, you Negroes just don't even understand. Like, don't be talking to us like that. Even those of us like me with my poor little bachelors or whatever, like, don't talk to me like I'm stupid. Sis, we know what you're doing, girl. The scammers is out here, and I'm just glad that for Black women at the 92% these solutions. See, exactly. Doc Stuffins is legit. Doc Stuffin's got a that made me think too. Yesterday we went to go do the little scary Scorpios. My husband said, he goes, you were my, oh, that's one thing. It's another thing I love about Coach Dad too. Like, it is very important to Coach Dad that other people know that his wife is a Black woman. We went in for the little post-op little check-in with Scary Scorpio yesterday, the little Cardi, little orthopedic surgeon, little young, pretty little Black orthopedic surgeon. She kind of came in. Hi, I'm Kiana. We were all like, hi, Kiana. We're the Hannahs. We love Black doctors. in honor of Malachi Love Robinson, fake doctor. Oh, that's right. Was that the little I remember that little fake doctor. Girl. Yeah, I ain't gonna disrespect my girl like that, LOL. I have missed all the Dr. Bryant controversy. She didn't get it. Nah, girl. Nah, Wubsy. If she got one, she seems to be incapable of showing anybody any coursework, a diploma, certification, accreditation, any history. I think she lied and said she was on somebody's podcast and said she had like 3+ master's degrees, 2 PhDs. Like, I'm like, sis, you can't even judge a book by its cover. Does anything about Cheyenne Bryant strike you as a, not that, because Black women were all beautiful, but did anything about her give you 3 masters, 2 PhDs, or something like that? Like, yeah, let's say somebody said, we're not gonna disrespect Doc McStuffins. Yeah, the math ain't math, and it ain't never. And I was like, if there's anything Black women know how to do is how to get a degree and how to get our transcripts. I tell you that. My entire family is AKAs, and most of them, with the exceptions of my aunt Marilyn, Carolyn, me, and I think my cousin Tracy, most of them pledged grad chapter. Y'all know the kind of running around and craziness we had to do to like get transcripts and shit. Like, Black women know how to, we know how to get transcripts. Like, don't be, yeah, the outfits. I mean, she was just trying to have this. I'm a baddie and I got this pretty privileged shit, but you're gonna have to take me seriously. So like I'm a lie and call myself a doctor. How do they feel about the MAGA, aka? Um, we're an inclusive organization. It was a couple of white deltas at Dartmouth. We didn't have no white AKAs at Dartmouth. You would have thought we did. It was a white Kappa at Dartmouth. I've always had a bit of an issue with that. I never quite understood that. I believe it. I believe it. I believe the colorism. Unfortunately, it does not transfer into power, but instead of a paycheck, we need ownership. We do. And it's okay. Like, I consider us exposing. I literally, the whole thing made me think of pimple popping. The whole thing made me think of extractions. You know, when you go to get a facial and you're like, I really need a heavy extraction facial, or when you do it yourself, when you're like, fuck it, I got to get the Biore Pore Perfect strips and I gotta work on some of this. I gotta do some of my own extractions. Let me just get ready to perform surgery on myself because I just gotta cleanse out some of these pores. Her daddy was a hustler too, I believe it. Miss Dr. Pimple Pot, Dr. Miss Betty Boop for the win. Miss Betty Boop for the win. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Girl, I ain't even got my sound effects up here so I can clap. Thank you. Thank you very much indeed. That's what I feel like we're doing. I feel like we're popping pimples. I feel like doctor like so-called Cheyenne Bryant, like, oh, let's just get her out of here. She's somebody that's kind of embedded in the culture, just kind of being a shyster, like Dr. Stormy, like, oh, it's kind of deep embedded in here. Black women are kind of, let's get that out of there. Like this Clay and Meg thing, maybe professional athletes are just disgusting, and that's just the way the lifestyle is set up. Like, we see that little, like, how to bag a black athlete, and we're just like just ugh. Like, when you pop a pimple and something comes out, like, oh my God. Like, we knew it was there. We knew it was buried, like, down in there. But when we see the text messages from these little white girls trying to coach each other up, how they be talking, or like with a Shannon Sharp and that little white girl that managed to get like $25 million out of him because she kept all his text messages. Who was that coach? The Michigan coach that fucked up his whole life and like lost his job and shit. And his wife is getting ready to take everything he ever got, and all of his prestige just got lowered down into nothing. Like, I feel like they're all just like, ugh. And like, I'm glad it's happening. We needed some of this purging. Like, it's and the black athlete thing is such a crazy, it is the last remnants of a plantation. It's one of the reasons I have a very hard time, at least with the NBA. It seems like the players have a little bit more autonomy and control. Football is just really bad. Like, some of it is just pretty awful. And then from the whole pageant of it, like on draft day and the little girlfriends, ugh, like the whole thing is so gross. And if last chance you get a real peek into it. How are you presenting yourself? Wubsy says, as earned a doctorate with no paper trail. She seemed promising. It wouldn't it have been perfect? Yeah, the sports stuff gives me the ick too, girl, especially on the men's side. I swear, I ain't even like, they even toxic in like D3 schools and shit. Like, they were toxic at Dartmouth. Like, I don't, I was like, "You don't, can't do no football, just yeah, antiquated triggering." It is kinda yeah, it's kinda messed up, it's kinda gross. You know who talks about it? Now, he is very much like T.I. to me, he's wildly problematic, but every now and then he'll say something that makes some sense. Man, to hear Charleston White talk about the NFL is hilarious. I will listen to him, like, talk about it. The whole time, I'm like, "Okay, there's another one that's, like, wildly problematic," but I swear he's got his finger on the pulse of that. Can't do football, just antiquated. And yeah, football, it totally gives buck breaking, doesn't it? Didn't that didn't that roast of Kevin Hart seem like some buck breaking? Didn't it seem like some spiritual ass buck breaking? That seemed really messed up. Seriously. And black women, I'm telling you, as we're watching all of this, like we're surprised by very little, but we've been new about this. Yeah, you're right. Even a broken clock is right twice a day. Diddy Queen says yes. Yeah, it was rough. Like we're gonna watch it bit by bit. But I haven't watched the whole thing, and I know I have to. I'm going to too. I told Coach Dad we just gonna take it a few at a time, and I said I'm not subjecting myself to like too much fuckery from these MAGA like comedians because why should I? Like forgive me, y'all. My electric blanket turned off. Get back on. Okay. I love this electric blanket. It is a inexpensive little Chinese. What was the purpose of the humiliation rose? Here's what I think it is. Okay. The question. Oh, we got some action in the chat over here on the tube that is you. Y'all forgive me. Who just stopped in? Hey, Golden Lady just stopped in. Hey, Golden Lady. I'm stopping in for a bit. I'm a 60-day nervous system reset. Good for you. So no activating news for you, girl. We're gonna run through the news, and nervous system is gonna stay elevated. And I'm sorry I didn't see back here. I'm gonna move this over here so I can see the chat more clearly. I'm so glad you're here, Golden Lady. So what's the purpose of the humiliation roast? It seems to me that when it seems like you have to go through some kind of humiliation ritual. I think all of these parties and the Diddy parties and the Epstein shit, if you're somebody like that wants to make it in, the price you pay is participating in the perversion and like this the sexual depravity that the power players like they need, right? Like if we think of LA and New York as just kind of a meat grinder, and the people that are in charge understand that part of what makes them powerful and part of the way they got themselves to the top um is by like being able to give these opportunities, but in return for the opportunities you got to do something strange for some change or for the opportunity. Cat Williams, you're right. Cat Williams told you what has to happen. He talked about the Diddy parties. He talked about the people and about Kevin Hart being a plant who didn't make his way up through the clubs and shit. Just all of a sudden he was a star in Hollywood. And that one of the ways to do that, they said, Lou, that's what happened with Ludacris. Like Catwell, like he talks about allegedly. And so what happens though, so you get the access and you get the movies and you take the money and you take the tours and you take all of this stuff in exchange. You hope you're there with other people that want the same things or have done the same things. So you think, okay, I'm part of this club now. This is just how it happens. This is just how it happens. And by the way, Cat Williams does talk all about this. He's been talking about it for years. Cat has been talking about it for years. He's been talking about it for years. And so I think what else happens when you're desperate, so say you run through the money or you fuck around with your relationship, because one of the things they say, I feel like I read that Kevin was about to get divorced. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what I read. I don't know if it's all the way true, but that's what I read, that Kevin might be about to get a divorce. So say you mismanage your money, or after a little while, you're not as successful, or you're not out in these streets popping. Cat says, yes, Cat says one of the things that you have to do is like put on, as a black man, is like put on a dress, and how he refused to put on a dress. He talks about this like he talks about it in in detail over a couple of different comedy specials and in certain interviews that he did. D, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'm not going to sing anything because y'all know I can't sing. I don't know why TikTok keeps putting that up there. But I think another thing that happens is when you fall off, because for celebrity to happen now, it's not enough just for you to be a celebrity. Somebody like Zendaya, someone like who's the girl? I'm like Barb on damn Abbott Elementary. I can't remember nothing, and I be getting the names wrong. Little Ann, what's her name? She's in Devil Wears Prada. What's her name? Somebody like her. Somebody like Reese Witherspoon, or like Reese has gone on to different things and does like production, but or like when Angelina Jolie, like they can do these campaigns in Europe for like Valentino and Givenchy and stuff. Like, what's Kevin Hart gonna do? He can't make no some little extra money. After a little while, the comedians and the DJs and shit that like young people are into, they're on TikTok. People want to go see, people ain't got to pay Kevin Hart $200 for like his comedy show. People that we like things in snippet anyway. Like Dave Chappelle, because he has such a large white audience, can command like a gigantic show like Chase, like Chase in San Francisco or like the Oakland Arena. Anne Hathaway, thank you, girl. Anne Hathaway can like do something like a Valentino, and can like make this extra money. How is Kevin Hart gonna make that extra money to keep that lifestyle going? To not only pay Tori like what she's owed, but also pay this new little young one and the girlfriends and shit he has on the side. And so your career is falling off. You're not hot like you used to be, and you want to climb back up to the top, or say that there's a contract that comes along with like, listen, for 10 years, you do this humiliation ritual. We're going to break you. You're going to become a star. You're going to get all these movies. You're going to make all this money. And it's either like a time limit, or you make as much money as you make as much money as you can, but after a little while it starts running low, or your name's not hot in the streets, or there's new people like coming up and you got to do new and different and crazy shit. So to do that and to like restart your career, or to have more energy put into it by the powers that be, and it's hard out there, right? Like it's hard for the production companies and the big there's all this shuffling there's shuffling going on, but like people like buying like the production companies and stuff in the different movie. It's not easy for them. Like the movie industry in a lot of ways is suffering, which is why I think it's very important for Black women to be creating your own media. There's a comedian program on TikTok. Did y'all know that? Coach Jessie is a part of it. She's becoming a full-fledged ass comedian here on TikTok Shop. So it's hard for them now. And so Kevin Hart, I believe what this humiliation ritual it is like, I need some more juice. Like I need some more juice. Like tap me in. I got to do another humiliation ritual. I'll do a roast. And so here we go. That's my opinion, allegedly. That's why I think we're doing. Let me go back and get some of these comments. Hey, Yvette, how are you? Hey, Beatrice. Wubsy says, I reject Katt's ideology. I refuse to assign Black success to perversion and not to our essence. Girl, not everybody. Not everybody. I don't think Viola Davis is famous because she did something crazy. I think she's genuinely talented and like worked her ass off. I don't think Angela Bassett sold nothing or sold her soul for anything. I think she went to Yale ass school of drama, and I think she was exceptional and she worked her way up. I don't think Samuel L. Jackson did any humiliation rituals. Not by any stretch of the imagination. I don't believe Morgan Freeman did any humiliation rituals. Morgan Freeman got his start on damn electric company when I was a little girl. So we know he's put in the work. I don't think Sidney Poitier did anything crazy like that. Who are some other fine actors? I don't think no, I don't think it's for all of them at all. Who's Sterling K. Brown? I don't think he's done any humiliation rituals. I think he's just a very fine actor that through talent and hard work make it happen. I don't think he's some. Thank you. I love the octopus. No, Wubsy, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying the only reason Katt Williams himself, he doesn't have the movies like Kevin Hart, but Katt Williams to me is one of the most talented comedians ever. I think they were trying it with Dave Chappelle, and that's why Dave Chappelle said, I'm fucking out. I'm going to Africa. I'll sort this shit out when I get back. I'm taking this little Asian lady with me, and I'll sort it out when I get back. So I don't think everybody, but then again, somebody like Chappelle, there is history of Chappelle in the clubs. We all saw Dave Chappelle grow up basically in we all saw Dave Chappelle like grow up, and Chris Rock like as young men in the comedy clubs. So no, Wubsy, I'm not saying that everybody, not all of us. Yeah, not I don't think Uncle Samuel Jackson used to girl, I used to love the Electric Company too. Yeah, like I don't think it's every let me put that back up here. I don't think it's like everybody by any stretch of the imagination. But Katt points out he's a plant. He showed up out of nowhere. Speaking of plants, how's Drake doing? Oh, thank you. Thank you, Aaron. I don't know, somebody was in here causing problem. Thank you so much, my dear. Thank you so much, my love. I appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. Um, so yeah. So I'm very happy. I am very, very happy that as black folk that we're calling this stuff out. Wubsy says, I used to watch Kevin Hart years before his success, and he was the first. I'm trying to remember Kev on social media. I feel like one of the first places I saw Kev, the first movie I feel like I saw Kev in, maybe it wasn't Soul Plane, but I think it was that movie 40. I thought he was very funny in this. I thought he was very funny in the movie too. 40-Year-Old Virgin. Y'all remember that? Drake has an album coming out called Ice. He used social media to monetize and was the first. I don't remember Kev on social media. I feel like the first celebrity like I followed on social media, like that actually is a huge celebrity now, was like Cardi B. Drake can try to come on out. Drake needs to just go back to acting. He can Drake was so instrumental. Kendrick did this nation and the culture such a favor by pointing out Drake's lack of being like he like pointing out how he does not deserve to be the flag bearer for hip hop and the culture because he's not a foundational black American. And I don't really get on here talking about that too much because y'all know the South Africans are still wearing me out in the comments of my last video about Tyler, y'all. And by the way, to South Africa, can I just say, here is why Tyler, I don't know that Tyler appreciates y'all. Yeah, yeah, Drake really. It's gonna be, yeah, Halicue, we are older, but Kevin was first comedian to use social. I believe you. Hey, I believe you. I believe you. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Tyler. I be trying to. I like that song Tyler did. I like the way Tyler. I thought Tyler was great on social media. You remember the way she came out and everybody was doing the Bakadi, was doing the Bakadi, and you're right, Wubsy. I came to Instagram and shit like that like really late, like really late. I was in Young Mom. I was in London and it was like Young Mom land and shit. Like, so I wasn't. Hey, Silvana. Hey, Silvana. Girl, we talking about fakes, frauds, and fuckery this morning. And we ain't even got started talking about y'all Stunt Queen and Chief selling us down river. I'm gonna go back and look at that. I don't remember Wubsy, but then again, I was a young mom and shit back probably when Kevin was like coming up on social media. I actually think that some of Kevin's shows when he was younger were very funny. Hey, Silvana. Somebody put some dragons in the chat for Silvana. The way they have this set up down here, it's not as easy to get to my sound effects, so I can't cheer. So I can't cheer everybody in, but I'm very glad these past couple of weeks. I'm glad that we're withdrawing from these toxic ass fantasies and fraudsters. I'm ready to be done with it. I really am. And one of the things Drake was faking was the Black American hip hop experience. The truth of the matter is he's not like us. Drake was like raised by first of all, he's biracial. And I know y'all saying, but Halicue, you have two biracials. My biracials are Black. Their mom is Black. Their mom is a Black woman from Southern Mississippi. They're being raised with a very different. They're being raised to understand their Blackness and the realities and the spectrum of being a Black woman in this country. It's very different. Drake was raised by a little Jewish lady. Like, yeah, just cosplaying us. And it got to where Drake was so blatant with how he would just put on different hip hop styles, like a costume, like cosplaying us. It's very true. And it's not like he was raised by like a little white Jewish mom in like Brooklyn either. Like, it was in Canada. Yeah, like it's just the truth. Like that, and then the little black versus white biracials, there's a whole genre here on TikTok. Pals! Okay, everybody calm down. Everybody calm down. Everybody calm down. Please put some light bulbs in the chat for pals. How I have missed you. Okay. Let's get some light bulbs in here. It's a big deal, y'all. Let's get some light bulbs for pals. But it is true. It's a different freaking experience. It just is. Yeah, you can tell. You can tell. It was thank you. I missed you. Get over here. How are you? How are you? Y'all, everybody tell pals hi. Everybody tell pals hi. Seriously, yeah, Nikki Cinnamon is awesome. Follow her. She's the best. Girl, she's a dancer. She's hot as fuck. Nikki, you're an inspiration to me. I think I will have made it to 2 dance classes. Missed you. Girl, I know everybody busy, but girl, we miss you. Your energy is beautiful to us and we miss you. Thank you all for saying hey to pals. But I love this. I feel like as Black women, like, and this is a part of crucial decision number 4. Thank you. Oh my gosh, did we achieve that goal too? I'm so happy. Yay. We only got one more. We're doing some good work in here today. I'm very proud of us. I'm proud of us eliminating and extracting these frauds and fakery and fuckery. And we're not doing it because we're bitter. Oh, what was this? Reese, you going for a run?
No, I'm just gonna tan on the deck.
Okay. All right. Reese's home sick. She's gonna get some sunshine. But we're not doing it because we're bitter. We're not doing it because we're angry. We're just becoming harder. Thank you, Aaron, girl. We're just becoming harder to manipulate. We're becoming hard. It's much harder to emotionally exploit us, harder to distract us, harder to impress us with titles, aesthetics, the money, or performance. That's why the Dr. Cheyenn Bryant stuff did not pass the sniff test. And the first people to scope it out, enjoy Tom the Sun. Love you. She got a little fever going up and down. I hope she feels better, like out in the sunshine. Did y'all's mamas let y'all stay homesick? You couldn't stay homesick when I was a girl growing up. I be loving when my kids stay homesick. My mom would not. What the girls say on Ferris Bueller's Day Off? You had to be bleeding out your damn eyes to stay home. Me and Coach Dad be so happy when they homesick. We'd be like, "Are you okay? Do you need some medicine?" Anyway, so she's about to go outside. But it's harder to impress us or to fool us or to snooker us with these fake ass titles, or to fool us with this. Y'all know we've been talking a lot too about this new age of discovery, and instead of all this lux, I love saying, yeah, we'd be chilling. I never got to stay home, so I'd be loving when my kids stay home. What do you want, mommy? What you want? Some chicken tortilla soup? Like, absolutely. I was like, I'm gonna make some brownies too. That may make you feel better. Seriously. And Bounty Bliss, thank you for leveling up. I appreciate it. Let's do a little sticker. Let's put a little sticker. Wait, I wanted a sticker. Wait, hold on. Let's add it. Thank you for leveling up. Thank y'all for being here. Y'all are the best family here on TikTok. And y'all, let me just reset us. Knowing we'd be wanting that stuff ourselves. Yes, like my mama wants me to stay home from work. Yeah, I know. I just love I love when they be staying home. And do y'all know these kids be starting jobs and getting jobs and they only got to go into the job 3 days a week? Oh, their chance at having a good work-life balance is going to be so good. Y'all know the lanky Libra has a job and she's going to be living at home for a little while she get her little roommate situation set up. I hope she stays for a long time and saves money. I'm so happy. Hey, VT, welcome in. So, y'all, what we're talking about today is how Black women we're extracting ourselves and we're removing ourselves from the faking and the fronting. It's already bad enough. So, of course, yes, my son just had 2 weeks off and it was paid and it was a vacation. I know they be getting like, I was telling my daughter, I was like, girl, when mommy and daddy came, first of all, we were happy just to have jobs like right out of college. It is very hard for these kids, like right out of school. And I don't know if y'all noticed, we got to start doing this too. And it don't even have to be on our page or main page. The main Darian is actually, a lot of his community are sharing job openings and shit. Like, we're gonna have to start. I love that as an idea. It makes me so happy. Like, every time I see it, I subscribe to his bulletin board. Hey, y'all put some demons in the chat, please, for the chief of villainy. Please, please, please. But he's been sharing, like, so his community has been sharing when there's like a job opening. Somebody's like, somebody they hiring over at the Subaru factory, they hiring over at, they hiring over at Costco, or they hire like, and really sharing. So I love that. I love Darian. I found you through him. I'm so happy to find some new community. Kelly, we so glad you here. Who turned me on to him was Aaron. Everything Aaron Ashley. I had no idea she would be inviting me into lives. I'm like, okay, Aaron, who is this? Then I was like, now I can't miss it. That'd be my program. That's my stories. I'd be in the kitchen screaming. Like, I'll be cooking, hollering. Darian will say some shit. I'm just like, Darian, it didn't even make no sense for you to say exactly what was in my mind, but that I would never say out loud. Yeah, it's the main Darian, or it's me, Darian. Just look up Darian. Darian has also got me about to start 2 more channels. He is hilarious, and he is so smart, and he's so black, like black Southern from Louisiana. In my mind, he's my big brother. Like, we ain't got no brothers in my family. In my mind, he is the brother that I always wanted. Yeah, he is hilarious. He is just the best. He is so good at what he does too. Like, there's just literally a standard of excellent. He ain't got no filter, none at all. And he's also able. I love this shit. It's like the perfect combination. This is how I have hope for us. Just as these big industries like Darian is doing a 10 times better job of delivering us the news and fresh, important, historically accurate perspectives. I know Kelly, he got a whole harem of sisters he ain't even know about. He got sisters from different misters he has no idea about. It's 15 or 20 of us. He is wonderful. And he has a standard of excellence. He's historically accurate. Like, I'm a political nerd from way back. He is on it. Speaking of Louisiana, I'm kind of proud of Louisiana. They are, girl. They are showing out on their governor. Yo, they about to recall him. I did not tell y'all. I have told everybody, it's a couple of groups of people you do not fuck with. You do not fuck with Cajuns. You don't, Creoles. You do not F with Creoles, and you do not F with people from Haiti. And in Louisiana, their bloodlines and shit are all through. You know what I mean? Like, it's a lot of people that are just like, no, we just black from Louisiana, but they people and they bloodline is like Creole and Haitian. Truly, like, a lot of slaves fled Haiti, like, to to Louisiana, and that's where we got New Orleans voodoo from. So they are activated. They're activated. I'm so proud of Louisiana, and I'm very interested. One of the news stories we're going to talk about is how Mississippi and South Carolina, because some of these states rushing to do this bullshit, and I think they are fucking up. Louisiana is fucking up, and Tennessee, they were one of the first ones to like jump out there all big and bad, like Target. And we see where Target is right now. And somebody said earlier, like, how do we fight back? 92% economic activism. There is going to be a way for us to affect, like, Tennessee. There's going to be a way. You see what they do in Louisiana. They're not waiting around. They're like, well, we'll just get rid of this motherfucker right now. If he don't understand who he is and who he represents, every time I see people sitting down, getting ready to testify at like city council meetings and shit, you all know me with their beautiful voices. I can't imitate a New Orleans, like a Louisiana accent. It's so beautiful. It's like Brazilian Portuguese. It's like somebody singing to you. Y'all know who I am. And I was like, right. They do know who you are, because politics in Louisiana, like in Illinois, is dirty. And so people that are activists and like politicians down there, they know the lay of the land. I am so proud of them. You are so right, Silvana. Let me pin you. You are so right. Pals, I'm so happy to see you in here. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Walt D. Thank you for the stickers. Thank you. Y'all know I love stickers too. Welcome. Come on in. Oh, I know. Wait. Ocean says, oh, I know. I told my Creole aunt about every mean online bully. She don't play yet. Jar's ready. Like, you don't play with them. I knew something was gonna happen. You see what we did in Mississippi. Our governor canceled that special session. Yes, ma'am. What whoopsie? Wait, you in Mississippi? Whoopsie. I didn't know that. You in Miami are my Mississippi sisters. I didn't know that. I saw that girl. I saw what Tater did. That's what I call him, Tate Reeves. I call him Tater. I can't stand Tate Reeves. He reminds me of a little boy that called me N-word in the third grade. I'll never forget him. Bobby Chain Jr. He looked just like Tate Reeves. You know that real redneck Murtaugh looking red-headed white person from down south. You know what I'm talking about? They got a certain look to them. They all real pasty and they got that fucked up like red hair and they all got freckles and shit. They all look like the Po Whites. You know what I mean? They look like the Po Whites with pellagra and shit like that, but somehow they've been elevated, but they jeans still say like Po White trash. Like I can't stand Tate Reeves. I noticed that girl. So Tate Reeves said, yeah, let's hold up on this. We're not going to do this, which immediately piqued my curiosity. Like, what the fuck is going on? Because I've had a deep suspicion that this rush to redistricting, that this rush was going to end up biting a lot of these states and a lot of them in the ass. You know what I'm talking about? I'm trying not to. I know this is gonna sound crazy. Somebody gonna snip this. And Lord, they done already found out about my podcast and stuff at the soccer moms and the parent teacher association meeting and found out about it. I love it. Like the black teachers and stuff be like, Halicue, hey, good to see, like, good to see you, girl. I'm like, Lord, they done found out. Good. I'm glad. They do all have that look, though. I don't mean for that to sound the way it is, but it is. So, right, Wubsy, we are 49% of the state. We told him we would shut the state down. Yes. And see, okay, so this is where I started putting two and two together. Now, there's also, I think, the majority leader of the state Senate in South Carolina. Now, he gave a very interesting speech. Yeah, girl, we good trouble. We are. And I be wanting to tell the whole school, y'all are welcome. Y'all welcome. They be having your kid on the front. The lanky Libra is about to graduate college. They still got her on the front page of athletics for the school website. I'd be like, yeah, y'all welcome. Anyway, so something that I saw that was very interesting to me was South Carolina, their Senate majority leader, their state Senate majority leader. I forget the man's name. Let me pull the story up. I had the story pulled up. It was very interesting. There was a cool article on it in The Guardian, how to say no to Trump. And so I said that man's name. All right. Ain't nothing a little chlorophyll water can't fix. Hey, Fawn. Basically, what it gets down to is there are some lines and some alliances and some invisible webs across what are, yes, very gerrymandered districts in certain states in the South, like Mississippi and like South Carolina, right? Where there are these it's like an invisible, the map may say this, but the bullshit and the fuckery and the allies and the payoffs and the bribes and there's all these invisible webs that's kind of keeping a white majority power control in a lot of states that have to do with a lot of bribery. He said, yeah, you poking the bear, you fucking up. He's like, the reason we've been able to keep black people like out of the majority, because they damn, yeah, you're right, Mississippi, we damn 50% of the state. That's why there's still schools in Mississippi where they still do black and white prom. They still do black and white, like president of the student council and all that shit, because it fucked with the cognitive dissonance of white people for there to be like a black prom queen or like a black valedictorian. It's one of the few places. So what they do is there's these little fragile agreements and you pay off, the white politician will pay off this church or pay off this pastor or pay off this community leader. So even though they got the gerrymandered districts, the truth of the matter is, or to, stop I'm gonna pay you this money and you're gonna lose them you're gonna do a voter registration drive, but you're gonna lose the registration. Like they'll do shit to like suppress the black vote, but it's silent. It's like a little invisible web. It's payoffs. It's understanding. It's walking around money and like shit like that. That's one of the things that's helping keep them in a white majority, and they want to keep that. He even said the last thing we want to do. Wait. he basically says he does not want to activate the black vote. He's like, we're going to do this, and this is going to completely activate the black base, and they're going to come out and they're going to vote, and they're going to vote us the fuck out of office. Because apparently the stunt queen in chief called him and said, listen, you got to do this. You got to do this. These people hate me, because that's what he's afraid of. He's afraid of impeachment. So he's getting on the phone and he's calling everybody in these states. Yep, they count on voter apathy and don't want to wake us up. And y'all, I'm sorry to say this, but my mom's a politician. I grew up in Mississippi. They pay that's another reason, y'all, I don't talk as bad about these pastors and shit as I could, out of respect for black women of the 92%. I do it out of respect for the fact that a lot of us are not deconstructed, and we're still on our own paths and journeys and shit. And I don't want to be, I don't want to be making us feel bad or like we're behind or something because they haven't let go of this religion, and this religion got a hold on us. But I've seen that with my own eyes at like elections. Like people be giving people, these pastors walk around money. They be paying people, like folks, to vote a certain way, and our dumbass like we'll go on in there and vote the way they gave us. There's a lot of that shit that is still left over from Jim Crow. It is still left over from the civil rights era. And I believe Tate fucking Reed. I believe our governor of Mississippi, Tate Reeves, and I believe that man, yeah, a lot of us aren't deconstructed. And so a lot of these systems, that's why I'm just like, do not give these pastors money. These pastors, a lot of them, some men are some of them are good men that maybe have some kind of anointing or some kind of spiritual activation about them. I mean, I don't look to men for any kind of spiritual leadership. Like, I just can't do it. But I don't ever want to tell us what not to do. But it'd be a lot of shit that these pastors and even some community leaders, it's a lot of grease in the palms. It's a lot of bribery. And I believe Tate Reeves and this man, what is his name? McCann. Let me look it up. What's his name? Y'all look it up. I'm sure y'all have probably already seen it. Y'all, we're already on top of the news. Senator Shane Massey, and he stood up and said, he goes, you're going to fuck around and you're going to activate the black vote and it's over. Because a lot of people, there's just enough white people getting sick of them. And the last thing they want to do is activate the vote. So I think a lot of people, like Darian said, and some of my other mutuals have said, I believe it's going to be a lot of backlash that these people aren't prepared for. And the truth of the matter is, we still are who the fuck we are as the 92% and the 80 something percent from black men. And they know that the nation is fed up. They also know that the po whites is hungry. The po whites is having trouble filling up their damn gas tank. The po whites can't pay their electricity bill. Yeah, we're still gonna vote them out. Oh, you ain't never lied, Wubsy. We gonna vote them out. We are activated. People are tired of this shit. People are ready for something new. Truly. I think there's going to be some backlash. Also, people, you know what else I read? I got a whole, I like the way some of my mutuals have been making these really cool infographics. Y'all, I read one. Y'all know I got my own research department. Coach Dad is my research department, and there's this wonderful article. It's about how they about to get, is this the reason they're doing all this shit is because they are getting ready to get rocked in the midterms. Let me pull this up. Where are my photos? I made an infographic I wanted to share with us. Where is it? Where's my photos? There we are. Y'all, there was an article in the Atlantic that says like white men are becoming very disenchanted with the stunt queen in chief. Hey, Luna. Luna, I just thought about you. Luna influenced me to try the Beekman 1802 line, and girl, I fell in love with a product from the line. This is my new favorite toning mist. I brought it down to show everybody. It's down there in the cart, y'all. Oh, I love it. Luna got me onto this. Yes. Oh my gosh. Hey, coach, what's going on? Luna, thank you for turning me on to them. I love them. I bought that with my own money. That wasn't no sample or nothing. I love it. So I feel like there's going to be, they're about to get blitzkrieg. It's about to be awful in the midterms. And I need to pull this up. I want to pull up the photos because I had a little infographic based on an article that I read. Let me see if I can show it to y'all. Y'all, like white men young white men, the ones that were listening to Charlie Kirk, the ones at Turning Point USA, the ones that Nick Fuentes, they had locked in and had them on the Trump train and had them like wearing the red hats and getting involved in politics and registering to vote and plugging them into like red pill culture and had them listening to all these like toxic masculinity like websites and podcasts and shit. They're becoming very disaffected because, like my mutual Darian says, thank you, Coach Rhonda. Coach Rhonda, I have got to get me and her divine alchemy back on here. I want for us to do a panel together where we talk about midlife and all the things we can do and accomplish in midlife. I love that you're talking about that. But we are like Wednesday says, we are absolutely going to vote him out. And so it was like a new report that says, like the war and what's going on, and oh, Iran must not have a weapon. Don't nobody care about that. Don't nobody care about that. There was just an article out today about how grocery prices have never been higher. Have never been higher. Gas prices is about to be in California. It's about to be over $6 for regular, like right now. And again, these people are like, I voted the cheese lady. Y'all remember that heifer on here on TikTok talking about I have to count cheese slices. And that's why I voted for him. Girl, the poor whites is getting hungry. These schools are decimated. They fucked around. The Department of Education is decimating special education. Kids can't get their individual their IEPs. It's about to get horrible out here for them. And the young black and the young white men that they had attracted to, that's over. You know what they say? The issue is they're very disillusioned by all this red pill um uh um MAGA masculinity shit. And the stuff that they say that matters is the fact that they still living in their mama's basement. The fact that they can't date because they ain't got no money because they ain't got a job. Yes, the milkshake spray. Yes, it's the milkshake spray, girl. Girl, in Illinois, gas is $5.29 a gallon. It's getting ready to be bad, y'all. This is it. This is the milkshake spray. I brought this down here to show y'all. This is gonna go back up in my. Somebody asked me earlier, skin looks really good, and I was like, girl, I love a. Okay, so y'all, I'm gonna get these other bottles and I'll show y'all. Something that's really important, that's an important part of my skincare routine, is skin flooding. So after I wash my face, y'all look it up, skin flooding. So after I wash my face, I'll do like a vitamin C, which I think I have down in there. Hey, Lisa Bailey. I'll do like a vitamin C toning pad to do like a last minute, get rid of all the excess, like if there's any excess like makeup or any cleanser still on my face. And then I do my skin flooding. So that means I use from like 3 to 5 toners. I usually use 3. 3 is enough. And they're very light. So I get started with, and they're kind of, like you get started with the thinner and the more watery the toner, those go on first. And then if you have some milky toners, those go on last. If I have plenty of time, I'll do like 4 or 5. So you spray the toner, you let it absorb, spray another toner, let it absorb, spray another toner, let it absorb. So I'll use like up to 3. So I'm always looking for a good hydrating toner. And y'all, this one is good. I enjoyed Luna influenced me to try the Beekman 1802 line. They have like there's like a special kit. So I ordered that. And then when I saw this, I said I was looking for some new toners. Anyway, I used 2 Medicube toners. They come in a double pack. They're sold out. But when I saw this, so before you shake it, it's got like 2 different layers. It instantly tones and hydrates with a dual action mist. And the mist is one of the things I really love about it. It's a very fine mist. Like you definitely want to hit your décolletage. You want your shoulders looking cute. Like it's a big bottle. The only thing I regret is I wish they had a mini one because I would keep this in my purse. And y'all, this is on over my makeup, but for my skincare, like this would be one of the ones that like I spray and I love it. So I've added it and I really love it. And the description is milkshake, hyaluronic acid and squalene facial toner mist, minimizes pores, hydrates, and soothes skin. Mugwort, goat milk, and probiotic extract. It's one of my new faves. Did I put I made a beauty set that I put down there. I'll put it back up there with all of my favorites. So let me put it up. I think they should all be in there. Let me know if you can't find it. But yes, it's the milkshake, and y'all always ask me about like products, but I love it. They have a mini. Okay, yay, because I'm gonna get one for my purse. And y'all, these are things that I bought. I stopped like asking for a lot of samples unless it's Black woman owned. Like I will totally ask for a sample because I really want to. I don't want to even play around with like. I want to let me have a sample because if it's a Black woman, I'm gonna make the video immediately. Because if you ask for samples like on TikTok Shop, like you really are under a timeline to like make a video. I don't like being under timelines to make videos. I have a hard enough time just getting out our 92% videos. So I will buy my own stuff. I was like, I'll buy my own stuff if I really want to try it, and I'll make the video on my own time. Y'all gonna get a video about this one because I really like this one, and I'm glad everybody gets to see it because it's about to go up in my bathroom until I can order a mini. And once I get a mini, it's gonna go in my purse because I can see myself misting this all day. And I feel like it doesn't. I normally, I do this in my skincare, like for my skin flooding, but I like it so much. Like I want to have one in my purse to just kind of, it's just an easy way to like to stay hydrated because I'm a little, y'all know, once we get over 40, our collagen production like goes to zero, and I'm a deep hydration obsessive, and it's delicious. And Luna was the one that turned me on to my friend Luna was the one that turned me on to this line. And also my nails are Glamnetic, and all my Glamnetic favorite nails are down there in the shopping bag too. But I love it. Thank you, Luna, for influencing me. And thank you, Dee, for letting me know that there is a mini. So I think y'all, I really like it, and I will take a Black. I love buying for Black women on TikTok Shop and taking our recommendations. So I'm trying to think, what are the rest of these stories, y'all? We can get into a little bit of news. But I did want to talk about that, how in Mississippi and in I think Mississippi and South Carolina are figuring out like, hold up, wait a minute, like we don't want to fuck this up, like we don't want to, like they may be. Are you gonna try the coconut mist? Nice. Y'all tell me about it. I want to get y'all's recommendations too. But anything I do or I use or I add to my routine, it's got to be simple. It's got to be easy for me to do before I go to bed. Y'all know I'm neurodivergent. Like it's hard for us to keep up routines and shit. And this is one of the things that it was very easy for me to add to my. What are these girls doing? Can y'all hear them? This is y'all. I'm gonna really look forward to. Uh-oh. Here we go. Hang on. Hi.
Hey.
Hi.
Where's Reese?
She's outside. I think she's in the sun.
In the deck?
Yeah, I think she's on the deck.
She responded to me.
Okay, she may have her phone off.
I want to show her something.
Okay. Well, I think she's up on the deck. She didn't go anywhere. She's not feeling good. Are you okay? What's going on?
I'm gonna go to Stanford, by the way.
Today?
So I'll probably miss you when I leave, but I'll be back tomorrow morning.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love you.
I'm
gonna get off soon. When are you going to Stanford?
Like in 30, 40 minutes.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna try to. I'll come out and see you. All right. I love you.
All right, I love you.
I love you. Okay, I will. Love you too. Love you. All right. Getting ready to get in the street. Libras, they social. I knew, when they come home from college, they'll give you a couple of days at home, then they got to get out there in the streets. Oh, out of the website, there are several scents. Okay, right on. Thank you all for letting me diverge for like a little bit. So y'all, there's some updates. I wanted to talk to us about Mississippi and South Carolina. I think they're going to see, these people are going to see some backlash on what they're trying to do with this suppression of the vote. The truth of the matter is, I think the backlash is going to be that they're actually going to activate the Black vote, and I'm very excited about that. I think they're gonna fuck up some systems, which is why I think this Senator Massey is like, wait a second, we got a system where we already got the colors already like suppressed and bribed, and we're pros at this. We don't need no help just because you desperate. It also shows how terrified the stunt queen in chief is, because he let us know about that phone call he had with the stunt queen in chief. Where the stunt queen in chief is like, they hate me, like everybody, they hate me. The midterms are going to happen. They're going to impeach me. He's terrified of getting impeached. He's just figuring out now, like somebody's finally let him know like how bad his and while usually I don't pay a whole lot of attention to polls and stuff like that, because I feel like these pollsters are useless. I feel like a lot of these pollsters are completely useless, but he's finally getting real information about how people are not fucking with him and how even his base and that report I just saw about how young white men are abandoning them and they're abandoning him for real reasons. And this man just told everybody, can I even pull it up? I know y'all all saw this. This man just told everybody to their face, that he did not give, no, that's him asleep. They're not gonna let me show the video because I had a video of it. This man literally said this right here. He told these motherfuckers, he told people to their damn face. A reporter asked him before he dragged his carcass off to China, and he said, with America, like, is how Americans are suffering through these fucked up prices, high gas prices, high grocery prices. First of all, he'll lie to your face. He has stood in front of reporters and said, gas prices are coming down. Haven't you seen, on some real over the top gaslighting shit? But people even asked him, like the reporter asked him, well, aren't you worried, like with people's pocketbooks, does that come into any kind of play with what's going on with Iran? Quick as a flash, he said, not even a little bit. I don't think about Americans' financial situations at all. You know who this was not a surprise to? Hey, Melanated, thank you for Little Kitty Cat. You know who this was not a surprise to? Black women. We know that man don't give a damn. He did the first thing he did was Elon Musk and these Doge people. He had people sort through the different government agencies by race and got us the fuck on out of there because they knew that like federal jobs were very important to the financial stability of Black women. There's over 600,000 Black women in this country that are staring down the barrel of a ridiculously disproportionately high unemployment rate. So Black women, we've been known this. We've known this from the moment that motherfucker stepped back into office for the second time. A lot of us could not believe it, especially in light of this hantavirus shit, which is still happening and is still spreading, and people is looking like people are still very sick for the ones that managed to contract it. And y'all know they parked the boat and they let people come ashore. So I mean, I don't know why these people wanted to usher in another plague. It's like people forget the last time that man was here, he ushered in a plague. But he does not care. He has never cared about what is going on with people's financial situations. Now, we have known that, but you know who's just finding out for the first time? The whites, especially the poor whites, the ones that bought his bullshit. So yeah, we're all finding out. I mean, Black women have already known, but the poor, uneducated whites are finding the fuck out. That is for dang sure. That is exactly what's happening. Yeah, let me catch. He convinced them, but it wasn't real. Nope, sure wasn't. Hey, Melanated Dragon, I'm glad you're here. I'm sorry I've gotten started a little bit late just with the children. Like the oldest is back home and she's trying to get her room ready to transition into being a grown person and an adult for when her job starts. Scary Scorpio is not feeling well, so she's out. I believe in putting the kids out in sunshine, so she's out trying to get some sunshine, trying to feel a little better. She's got a teeny bit of a fever. This has been second day, so y'all, thank you for letting me come on a little bit late. When he's screwing people over is when he's honest. Absolutely. And girl, ain't no telling what the fuck he is up to in China. Let me check news really quick. There are a couple of things. So y'all, he waddled his ass on off the plane to China. It seems like Xi, put together, he likes parties and shit, and he likes kids jumping up and down. I think Xi was trolling him because he had like little boys and girls like waving flags and shit. Xi had a red carpet that was a 4-cornered square that looked like it was half the size of a city block. And I think the goal was for the man to pass the fuck out. I think they got him on them good drugs. And then he went and sat the fuck down because that was too much for him, because I know that jet lag is wearing him the fuck out. Hey, Leonard Butler. They just came out of a few hours before we went live with the broadcast. He was just coming out of a meeting with Xi where he looked shaken and fucked up. Ain't no telling what happened in that meeting. It is entirely possible that he fell asleep or he stumbled on himself and he was just silent. Exactly, girl. Websy, let's stop trying to investigate like why, trying to figure out people are surprised that a liar lies. Yes, they really believed his shit. He will really say, he said he don't give a damn and he don't take into account people's financials, the American people's financial situations. He says not even a little bit. He don't even think about it. And right behind him, here comes Couch Boy, JD Vance, saying, well, there must be some context. Context. I don't think he meant that. Like, yeah, there was, The context is all there. He was as point blank. So they will, but that's how they deal with his people. And he doesn't understand that there's many of us, most of us, that don't play like that. I'm a little surprised he cares about impeachment after being impeached twice and being, for whatever reason, he is stressed out about it. He actually is. He meant that shit. Yes, creative gym designs. He absolutely meant that shit. But his people, his followers will definitely be on some. He didn't mean that. Well, he'll just say anything. Yeah, the context. Thank you, Bounty Blix. The context is he don't give a flying F. You ain't never lied. You ain't never lied with that one, y'all. And this is at a time. This is why I want to hear from these women that were these women, especially these right wing like influencers and the people that went viral talking about, well, I care about groceries and I care about cheese, y'all. Let me pull this up. Grocery prices are at an all-time high. Where's my grocery prices are rising fast from NPR. Right under that is an article on NPR about how people are saving money on groceries. These extreme couponers about to go off. The Labor Department reported on Tuesday that consumer prices increased by almost 4% in April compared to a year ago. That is the fastest pace of price increases in around 3 years. When the subject of Taiwan is one of the main priorities for Beijing in the upcoming talks between the president and Chinese Xi Jinping, how will he approach the topic of Taiwan? So anyway, this is all bad news as he goes in. I think this man is going to sell everybody downriver. I'm putting together a couponing trip right now. Good. Share your findings. If you're good at that shit, girl, start. If you're good at that, start making videos about it. Make a podcast about it. Share. I'm gonna try to become one of these ingredients only households with like a few snacks. Everybody gonna have to learn how to cook around here because it's better when you buy whole foods and when you buy in bulk. And that's gonna be one of the ways. And we're doing the garden. This is just the truth. I want to see how the independents and leftists are going to behave. We know maggots will believe. Speaking of leftists, thank you so much, Bubba. This is when it's basically a dreadlock back here, and it's time for me to do a wash day. So when it goes up like this, that means it's time for wash day. Yes, we are going to build our collectives. You have a garden too. When I be going to exactly a victory garden, and we should have some fun with it. We should go back to George Washington Carver was like very instrumental in spreading the message about like victory gardens back during, was it World War II? Is that when that happened? So yeah, that's something we're good at. Soda's a couponing girly, and into bartering, y'all follow Soda Pop. And into bartering, I love that shit. I like that. And in the East Bay, a lot of my homegirls, a lot of the Berkeley girls, they're real good at the bartering, girl. They will do that. I like that. Pigs, chicken, cows. It's a lot of us that own farms. I be looking for the black vendors at the farmers market. When I go to the craft fair, I be looking for the black vendors at like the craft fair. This is the way so he knows he's in trouble, and somehow the information is getting to him. That's why they're doing all of this. Bubba, I'm glad you're here. That's why they're doing all of this. Rush to like to force and chop and screw the districts. Sylvana says with the disclaimer that a pre-order does not guarantee a purchase. Uh-oh, what am I missing? Oh, she's a black female farmer. Oh, and a beekeeper. What? Oh, like what's the name of there's certain things too, y'all. We should just be buying from black people. I don't buy grits from Nabisco or whoever in the grocery store. I buy grits from Queen of the South grits. I think they out of South Carolina. That's where I get my grits from. She's on TikTok. So yeah, if y'all are good at this, girl, start a little blog, start a little Substack, please. Her Divine Alchemy says, I'm doing AI training route for us. Yes. Girl, I may have to get into your community and learn about that because I'm trying to make that big switch over from ChatGPT to Claude co-work. I'm doing the AI training route for us to understand and create and advocate for us in our communities. Yes, girl, I'm going to have to give you some information on a big AI conference. I think there's going to be like 3 or 4 from the same media group. and I'm going to be pitching for media credentials because Black people and Black women are woefully underrepresented in AI spaces, especially around here, like in Silicon Valley. Ooh, Divergent One says she sells eggs, cooking kits, etc. I love that. Yes, a list of places to support. Let's be on the lookout for it. It's going to get created, and if y'all find it, give it to me so I can help amplify it. I'm also a huge fan of Black Girls Can Govern because I do believe that the 92% movement and Black women, like, what is it called when we I'm so sorry, I'm having mom brain. Not revolutionize, but reform. I think we are when the pendulum swings the other way, we're going to be doing a lot of reform, and I think Black women are going to be very important to that. Yep, Her Divine Alchemy says we are so underrepresented and we need to fight the new digital oppressor. Also, and I love that her Divine Alchemy talks about this. Y'all go to her Substack and read her latest Substack on Black women and AI. Black women and our relationship to AI is very different. Like very different in a good way. I think Black women and our ethical use of AI, and I say ethical use because we ourselves were used to being treated like an unpaid servant. AI is the first time that Black women have had a servant. Someone that can a tool that can literally, like, we can just speak into without worried about some kind of fucked up human relationship or connection, or worry about exploiting or feeling weird about hiring people to like help us or to work for us, where we don't have to. It's like like it's like AI for Black women. I'm like, every time we go to at school, at like a school function or some shit, it's always, well, what about AI and the kids in school? And I'm like, I get tired of a lot of this. I was like, if you're a micro entrepreneur, if you're a creator, if you're a Black woman, I love the fact that Black women basically have an assistant. For a lot of us, money we would have been spending on digital assistants and shit. Yeah, we're out here and in AI. Yes, there's a few. Oh, LA AI coach. Y'all come up with it. Do like we do for Black girl podcasters and do a little AI. I'm not telling y'all what to do, but I would show up for that live, please. If it was like a panel or 3 or 4 like Black women, the way we do for Black girl podcasters, talking about AI, I would love that. Seriously, I'd ask the 92% to show up. I'll put that in my bulletin board. Sure would. Don't play with me. I absolutely would. Yeah, and I'm not afraid of it. I want more Black women to use it. Seriously. I think there are a lot of industries. Let me see. I want to make sure I'm not missing anything. Yeah, they are like our own virtual assistants. And y'all, I remember when AI first came out and how I knew it was going to be helpful back in 2020, 2021. And the fact that I love being Gen X and have lived long enough to see AI become what it is. He's on your head about using it. I'm sorry. I'm as a Black woman, I'm a Black woman that uses it. It truly, and for somebody that's neurodivergent, oh my God. Because sometimes for us, the biggest problem is starting. The biggest problem is starting something, like even an email or an outline or a course outline or a description for a YouTube channel. Girl, it can do all. Girl, if you're neurodivergent, that's why I'm like, you will fight to take Claude, Cowork, and ChatGPT from me, because it is way too helpful, and Black women deserve this help. And especially if we're in a time now where we are creating. I use it too. Claude can increase your productivity. Yes. So, and I think that it's just going to be very interesting. I think that Black women as test cases and having I think we can have a very interesting perspective on it. And I think that we can be trusted in the ethical use of it. I'm taking advantage of it. Yeah, before they fuck. Thank you, Bounty and Bliss. Taking advantage of it before they fuck it up. Like we say, this is a wild, wild west out here. I want Black women to claim their territory. Get your little domain names, get your website, and let's get out here. Let's go. Y'all, I'm going to check news one last time before we get ready to go. Yeah, y'all, Stunt Queen Chief is in China embarrassing us, looking weird. I'm afraid that like Taiwan is probably like up on the table. We'll probably agree to anything to stop that war, because y'all know between China and Russia, like funding and supporting Iran. Like if China stops supporting them, that could really like bring bringing war to an end, and he's desperate to do that shit. But he's desperate to do it before the midterms. And I think also the fact that he took all those CEOs with him shows what weak sauce we're bringing it. Yeah, Melanated Dragon says, girl, even if you wanted to use it for silly means, but I know we're not using it for silly means because we business women. We about that business. And we're using it in a way that will like work for us. And I just saw as Cuba has run out of oil. Yeah, Cuba, it is not good. They are literally starving out the people of Cuba because that's what's effectively this is gonna there he's waiting to run on in there, but the only reason he hasn't run in there already to try some shit is because of the trouble he's gotten into in the war in the Middle East. People are scared because of the data centers. Those are human fault, not AI. That is a human fault, not AI. And also that's another thing. That's another thing the whites are getting very angry about is these data centers. Because it was fine in black neighborhoods, but they don't, they real NIMBYs. They don't want it in their neighborhood. And y'all know that little trad wife community. They don't want the stuff poisoning they little babies and shit, and especially out in Utah, they do not want that. That's the first time when I lived in Utah. That was the first time somebody approached me talking about don't get the babies. The oldest, the lanky Libra. Don't get the babies vaccinated. Come to a chickenpox party with me so the kids can get chickenpox and like natural immunity. No, 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 no. I don't know why they thought these people that were in that little weirdo pipeline were ever going to go for that. Lisa Bailey says, right, when it started affecting them, they get to see the mistake they made. Exactly. China is running their data centers more effective than the US. China is doing a lot of things a lot more effectively than the US. Like even oh god, it's so ignorant the way like y'all Stunt Queen and Chi be talking about how wind power is stupid and how when the lights go out then you can't watch TV. Like so dumb. Like they don't know what a solar battery is. It's embarrassing. It is truly embarrassing. Y'all, let's get ready to say goodbye. We've been on for a couple of hours. I want to go say goodbye to the lanky Libra before she takes off. She's going to go see her best friend at she's getting ready to go see her best friend at Stanford. So y'all, yeah, like I am I'm so glad I'm glad to see us tackling shit and taking on and demanding some fucking accountability and the truth to be told within our own community, within our own little fucked up, little weird, toxic, like white wag community with like professional sports and like that toxicity and bullshit. I'm glad that we're releasing these fucked up fantasies and that we're releasing these fraudsters in our midst, even other black women. It just goes to show like the Coach Stormy, the Cheyenn Bryant goes to show we're not doing that shit no more. D the Queen, I'm glad you caught it too, girl. I love you. I'm so glad you're here. I missed you. I missed y'all. This is very special that Pals is back in here today. Pals is like Pals and Aaron are like something I did. D the Queen and Silvana. Those are my day one like homegirls on here that made me actually feel like I have friends and I have sisters in this interesting dimension that is online. So I miss y'all. I miss y'all so much. I'm so glad when you're here, but I understand. Ooh, Elon wants us to get to Mars, but Trump didn't even believe in wind power. Yeah, make it make sense. They crazy. They crazy. And that's another reason I feel like the air is not the air is clearing, but the fog is clearing. I'm just so grateful to be a black woman. Y'all put in every lifetime, please. Please, please put in every lifetime. I am so grateful because ain't none of this shit a surprise to us. None of this. Oh, I love the stickers. Thank you. None of this is a surprise to us. We are finally beginning to understand our beauty, our power. It's why I love us chit-chatting and talking about like our community and the zeitgeist and our contributions to like pop culture in every lifetime. Y'all, thank you all so much. Today's gratitude segment, it is so simple. I am grateful that we are coming back to life. When the voting right, they be knowing how to hit us. They be trying to land body blows. And every single time we just rise the fuck back up and say, yeah, you can't make us. You can't make us get back out in these streets. You can't make us jump. You can't make us react the way y'all got used to us reacting. No, we're doing things very differently. We are not rushing to participate and fight for liberation the way the oppressor wants us to do it by shedding blood and tears. and praying and begging to an entity that they oppressed us with and used to control us, but that even that they don't believe in. That even they don't believe in. I'm so glad we are releasing ourselves from the jail of the oppressors' freaking ideas. I'm grateful that we're coming back alive again. I'm grateful that we realize the more we calm the fuck down, take care of ourselves and our nervous systems and our families and our own communities, the more we calm down, the more we can be like, now what the fuck is it we looking at? They want us to react, but what if we just observe and look at this shit closer? The redistricting, gutting the Voting Rights Act. Oh, yeah, that's what they want us to do. They want us to riot and they want us to loot and they want to lure us back out there. Fuck that. Fuck them. And we're like, no, we're going to do it different. Okay? We are not reactive. We are not just freaking traumatized. All they want us to do is survive. No, we are alive, in full control of our faculties and senses, and y'all could keep your damn, and not that for fun we can't watch some of this bullshit and some clips, but they try to poison us with these reality shows. They poison our boys and our children, thinking the only way that they can have any kind of success or happiness is making it all the way to the NBA, or fucking somebody that like plays for the league or like the NBA. We're not doing that anymore. I'm grateful for us choosing creativity and to create over despair, because we have seen some Black women in despair on this app over the last week. And I said, that's why I get up, and one way or another, we're doing the Sunshine Report. Because if I could do anything to help keep us informed, inspired, and laughing and cultivating joy and in community with each other, God damn it, that's how we gonna do it. We can fight back. We can use economic activism. We can support other Black women and Black women's businesses on TikTok Shop. That shit is real easy. You want to buy something, buy it from a Black woman. There's a Black woman selling it. I promise you. You don't want to use the Zon. I get it. I get it. Oh, I'm so glad, Wubsy. It's my Mississippi homegirl, Wubsy. I'll never forget that. I'm so glad to learn you from Mississippi. Okay. So for every single one of us Black women that's deciding, and for a lot of us that are Gen X, a lot of us are deciding right now for the first time in our lives that we deserve to experience our own lives and prioritize ourselves first. And I'm sorry Kamala lost and had it stolen from her, but I swear I don't think we'd be here if it weren't for that. I am so grateful that even in chaos, we are still capable of creating, of generating power and loving on ourselves and building an even stronger community. Not doing it the way they want us to do, holding a sign, talking about we shall overcome and shit. That is not to disparage our ancestors. It is not. But we are doing things differently. We are using humor. We are making music. We are innovating, including using AI. We are continuing to be the vanguard in style, in art, in redefining even what our loving relationships are. And honestly, all of that shit, all of that is power. So they can try using these old methods and old ways of like making us powerless, making us try to keep it, render us sad and despondent and depressed. Fuck that. We ain't got time for that. I got to go do a sacred wash day. I got to go deep condition. And I got to exfoliate. And then I got to get, I got to get ready to keep writing my articles on LinkedIn and continue to figure out how to bring us a book, how to bring us a deck, how to bring us in real life experiences, how to expand the platform to reach even more Black women. Thank you for sharing this live with them. Thank you all for listening to the podcast. Yes, self-care is essential. And we're doing a lot more than just, oh, soft girl living. Nah, girl. No, we're taking it deeper. We're reconnecting to our ancestral spiritual tradition. We're turning to simpler ways of living, eating whole foods, exercising our bodies, exerting our own independence on whether or not we even get into relationships with men that are men or women that are unhealed, getting our asses into therapy, into Black girl therapy. I hope that this, not Giselle Bryant, Cheyenn Bryant shit. I hope if we learn anything from this, girl, you deserve a real therapist, girl. Life coaches are great, but for those of us that have things we truly have to heal from, we deserve the real thing. To hell with this shyster, shuckster, fraudster, fake, phony fuckery, girl boss shit. That's the oppressor's tool. That's the oppressor's way of doing things. There's a million Black women that can like help you on this app with real degrees, doctoral, girl. Every time I see that doctoral, I think I hate that word. Is it a real word? It's probably some of y'all in with PhDs. Is doctoral a real word? I've heard of doctoral work. Or like I ain't never heard of no doctoral. We should have known. We are better than that. We are beyond that. It can't be a real word. Thank you. It don't sound right. Sounds like irregardless to me. You know what I'm saying? That's what it sounds like to me when I hear it. I don't like it. So y'all, that is what power actually is. I hope I hope the show moved y'all today. Thank you for being here with me. Y'all, please come follow and subscribe. Listen to the podcast. The podcast is available. It's called Hey, It's Halicue. I'm at Halicue on all platforms. All you literally have to type in is HALICUE on any platform and you will find me there. Please listen to the Hey, It's Halicue podcast. It is a podcast created for Black women, of the 92% by a Black woman, of the 92%. Come join us over on Substack. It is a real word. It sounds crazy. It is, because it don't sound right to me. Please come subscribe over on Substack. The replay of today's live is going to be up immediately on YouTube. Thank you for listening to the show, watching it over there, watching the live replay, and following us over on the tube. That is you. Don't forget this Friday's Black Girl Podcast live session. And thank you for sending and sharing the broadcast out and clips of the Sunshine Report. Y'all delights my spirit when I see y'all clip parts of the Sunshine Report. Thank you so much. And remember, 92%. What we are not doing is sitting here looking back, fearing a bloody past and what these people did to us and our ancestors. They want us to do that. They love, we're chopping up the thing that made y'all feel like you were safe. We're gonna take y'all back to Jim Crow. They're the ones pushing that new Jim Crow shit. That is not us. We are not looking backwards, and we're not sitting here worrying our guts into a fiddle string and biting our fingernails and shoving like this poison food down ourselves and watching Channel Zero, watching this Real Housewives, Love and Hip Hop fakery and fuckery, which is where y'all, I didn't even know that. I didn't even know that's where Cheyenn Bryant came from. Y'all told me that yesterday. I didn't even know that's where that bitch was spawned. I had no idea. But we are turning that shit off. Kendra told us to turn the TV off, get in community with other Black women. Please like and share and send the replays, share the show with another Black woman who needs this encouragement right now. We are not looking backwards, fearing being dragged back to a bloody past. We are not sitting here in terrified anticipation of this fucked up dystopic future they trying to bring us. We're not doing that either. We are sitting in rest. We are sitting in ease. We are in community with other Black women, and we are dreaming up. That's why I want y'all to lay down. That's why the ancestors keep telling us, sit down. Stop trying to participate in this foolishness and this fuckery and this fakeness and this fraud. That's why, like, you're like, oh, let me see what's going on in Sunshine Report, because this is the place for us. This is where we can actually take care of ourselves and prepare our own land, our own ground and territory to prepare for this explosive growth that we are about to have. I believe that with everything that's in me. All right, y'all. I love us so much. To the beautiful, bold, brilliant Black women, the 19%. All the love in my heart, and to those that are aligned with us. And of course, as I say every time, to everybody else, especially the ones that voted for this bullshit we dealing with right now, may y'all have the day that you voted for. I love us 92%. I'll see you tomorrow for Black Girl Podcast.